Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. Alright, guys. We did not get much today, but what I will tell you guys is some things are shaping up on these charts, and I think it's going to give us some insight into the next move. Alright, but for the most part, we really do absolutely nothing today. All right, you traded pretty much flat all day. I understand you had some pretty decent swings there. There's almost 1% down, and then you almost went 1% up. Okay, so there was that. All right, but that's like 0.5% now SPY's at 500. But I'm gonna tell you guys right now, all right, we got some bullish structure shaping up in these charts, and even if we don't break up to the upside, all right, guys, a big move is on the horizon. I do think we have an impulsive move on the horizon. All right, so we are going to start off with the daily charts. We're going to keep this one short, sweet, simple, and to the point. All right, starting off with the daily charts, then we'll go down to the hourly charts, and then we will cover some tickers. All right, some trade ideas for you. All right, so let's get into it. So you did close off with the hammer candlestick. You are still holding this 9 DMA over here, and you come over to here QQ, and we have a very similar look, except you did not even pull all the way back to the 9 MA. All right, guys, I'm just letting you guys know we have a strong market. Nothing has really changed yet. We did have this big red bar over here that scared the crap out of people. All right, but in the end, everything is still looking pretty good to me. All right, so you got a hammer candlestick over here. You have very, very lackluster volume going on over there. QQQ, same exact look. You do have the hammer candlestick over there with, again, the lackluster volume, guys. It's very comparative to what we had over here. Well, guess what? From that point, you did end up going higher. All right. Now, SPY, I think, is really going to be our little canary in the coal mine here. I think this is going to give us a better picture of where we are headed from here than QQQ. All right. So you guys do see these white levels right there. Those are just my targets to the upside over here on QQQ. And then you got those over here on SPY. Now, what I will point out here is, guys, you have this tight range going on here on SPY. Okay, we're going to call this a, $4.50 range. I understand you had this one big red bar that was an $8.40 candlestick. That does not matter to me. Where is most of the price action? All right. Well, the high of this candlestick is containing the upper bound of that range, and the low of this candlestick is containing the lower bound of that range. All right. So all in all, guys, we got like a $4.50 range here. The price is very clearly just consolidating and preparing for the next move. Now, if we come down to the hourly time frame, I am going to point out, guys, we have this inverse head and shoulders pattern going on here. And if you break up from that inverse head and shoulders pattern, I think you do have a solid shot at getting up to a new high. And from that new high, I do think we're probably going to go up to this first target up here at 536. All right, so 536 immediately is that's what I'm looking at if you do break above 531.52. Now, we do want to see an hourly close above this level because you have not been able to get some. Okay, I understand. You got the hourly close underneath that level. False breakdown. You also hit it with the break and retest off of this previous high. You didn't quite get there, but you were within cents. All right, the low is 524.72. Our level is 524.61. All right, guys, that is within 11 cents. Okay, but it's definitely being respected down here. You come down into the zone. I do expect buyers. Okay, now that could be a decent move here. You get all the way down here. You look for buyers, and then to go up to there. That could be a pretty big move right here, 1.5%. But what I got in mind, guys, is we're probably going to be breaking up to the upside without things are shaping up here, and then it could go something like this. All right. So above 531.52, we are paying attention to 533.07. That is the high of this candlestick. That is your current all-time high. If you get above there, we're watching for 536. That is my immediate target. All right. Now above the top of this range, that is about a only. That's less than 1% to the upside. I think you're going higher than that. All right. I'm not saying you have this move all in one go. That would be pretty big. But I'm saying it's very possible without things are shaping up here. All right. You consolidate over here. You broke above the top of your range. You had a decent freaking move up there. And to the high, yeah, you had an $11 move. Well, above our high over here, right, that would be a $10 move. But, just above the range we speak of right here. A $12 move up to the second target up there at 543.50. All right. So that is really what I'm watching on the upside over here in SPY. But even if you break to the downside, I'm just going to be watching the zone right here. Maybe it shapes up something like this. All right. And then you get that. that's really what I'm looking at. I'm not looking for immediate, you know, like a lot of downside here. Okay. If it breaks down, I'm just looking for buyers in the zone, guys. We haven't changed our tune the whole entire time. Worst case scenario, you come and revisit these levels down here, 515.30 and then 510.75. And at that point, I do think it would be very likely that we revisit 510.75 if you cannot hold right here at 520.75. All right. But you dip down into 520.75 to 524.61 over there. You look for buyers. Okay. That is where your demand is going to be. We clearly already saw that be the case over here. So that is that on SPY. And I'm actually just going to point out right here. Okay, guys. Also, you did have this bullish divergence going on here that we called out. And yeah, it did end up leading to this, you know, decent move right here. What I do want to point out here is if you just take it from the high there, bring it down to the low. Guys, you're just stalling out in your golden pocket. Okay? Break above this level and things get really juicy from here. That's what I'm getting at. You haven't been able to do it. If you can, you break above 531.52, things are going to get really spicy to the upside. All right, so that's that. Coming over here to QQQ. Very similar look you got going on over here. All right, you're kind of just consolidating here. Not a, like you have this little range going on here. All right, but it is nothing to write home about like we were just seeing over there in SPY. Okay. This thing has been taking out, you know, let's just see how long you've been in this range, guys. That is 2 weeks. All right. 2 weeks we've been consolidating in this range. Something is getting ready for a big move. All right. On QQQ, you guys can see the hammer candlestick. It does have low volume. All right. So it's not, you know, the most trustworthy candidate right there in terms of candlestick patterns. But there's that. All right. You hit it with the doji off support over here, and you got this wide body green bar. Honestly, it looks like you're probably about to push up to the upside. You break above 460.58, I am immediately going to be targeting 463.30. All right. Now, again, like I pointed out in SPY, I don't think that's all she's going to write. All right. That is less than 1% to the upside here from current price. From the breakout, that would be only 0.5%. You've been consolidating over there on SPY in a while. If this guy gets a big move to the upside, this guy's very, very, very likely going to fall. And at that point, I do think this becomes likely up here at 472. All right, so that's really what I'm paying attention to over here. But guys, you know, QQ is clearly stronger than SPY over there. And I think the reason behind that is our big boy NVIDIA over here. NVIDIA did hit my third and final target up here today. I'm not saying it's immediately going to be pulling back because, quite frankly, I don't think that's going to be the case. You had this, you know, heavy volume going on over here. And this is honestly almost as big as the volume you had on your breakout on earnings. Okay. This is, you know, really good stuff, guys. I don't think this thing is going to really die anytime soon. And if it were to pull back somehow, you're looking at that. But quite frankly, guys, I think it's going to look a little more like that. All right, something where you hit it with a brief consolidation at some point. Maybe it, you know, we have a decent range here. Maybe it flags out, and then maybe it goes higher. Like, I'm serious, guys. Maybe not 1,600, but you know, maybe we're looking at 13 to 1,400. But yeah, my target over here for this breakout was going to be 1,110. You've now hit that. All right, so we're going to take that off of our chart. Quite frankly, guys, this thing is a price discovery move. This thing is a lot of the NASDAQ. This thing is, you know, a massive amount of SMH over here. And, you know, going into this week, I gave you guys these targets on SMH. All right. So this is something that has not hit all my targets to the upside. And guys, when we get these, you know, all-time high breakouts, you really got nothing to go off of. So I do suggest, hey, if you have not given it a shot, start learning how to use your Fibonacci extension tool. All right. And if you don't want to use your Fibonacci extension tool, you're going to do this. Okay. Now, I know it looks like that. Okay. We're going to come over here and, you know, maybe just save a template like this. All right. And then you could flip it like that. Okay. So you go like that. Come over here. Click on that. Why isn't it working? No. Fib extension. Okay. It's not. I really don't know what's wrong with my computer right now, but it is not working for me right now. That is okay. Let me see. Maybe it's going to work here. All right. It was working earlier. Not working now. All right. I actually have absolutely no idea why this isn't working. It should be going over here. So maybe we'll do that. We'll do that. No, it still just doesn't want to. It doesn't want to load my other templates. There it is. I was trying to tell you guys. It normally does that right away. Maybe there's something wrong with my computer. It was working on my iPad earlier. No idea. All right, but that is how you go about that, and you you know, could do it that way. I don't like the Fibonacci extension tool. It is a little different. All right, I like doing it my way. So SMH, guys, clear as day. This thing is going higher. Okay, you did put in a hammer candlestick today off of, again, that low volume. It doesn't look the best, but first target has been reached. I do think we're heading higher from here, and I think we have some of these chips suggesting that will be the case. All right, now the last index we're going to come and cover over here is going to be IWM. All right, you are currently right on your uptrend. You do want to see that uptrend hold. It doesn't have to hold, all right? But it is likely to hold, in my personal opinion, all right? So you did end up breaking up from the inverse head and shoulders pattern we pointed out in the weekly update. Came up here. We told you, expect sellers in the golden pocket, like always, guys, all right? If the opposing team is going to step in, they're going to do so in the golden pocket, all right? That's kind of just how I continuously see this happen. A perfect example is over here in SPY, all right? Pulse move down, okay? Recovery, you have seen the opposing team, the sellers here on this move, step in this whole time. All right. This has now been 4 days. Trading session wise, okay, we're talking like two bars. All right, not the most, but you know, regardless, you guys see exactly what I see. All right, you come over here to IWM. You're right here on the uptrend. We're gonna delete that trend line. All right, the uptrend is definitely something to be watching there. It's on the daily time frame, not on this hourly time frame. Okay, above, guys, you really are just still looking for sellers there in the golden pocket. All right, but from this point on, you can now come over here and go a little like that. Yeah, I was trying to tell you, something was up with my computer. I know I look dumb, but it's definitely the computer. My computer's dying. It's not really dying. It's a good computer. It pisses me off sometimes, though. It'd be what it be. But it's like, you know, it's a quick, like, I literally don't have problems. It's just like little kinks like that sometimes happen. And I can only assume it's my computer, but I have absolutely no idea. Maybe it's TradingView. Probably not, though. It's probably the PC. All right. So honestly, guys, I know I'm just going to advise, like, hey, all right, and no financial advice, but, you know, if I was to give advice to myself, which, you know, that's all I'm doing right here, right? You know, Henry, here's what you're going to do. You're not going to touch this thing from 206 up into 208. You have no reason to. That is, you know, exactly where we look for sellers. Even if you get above here, this is where sellers were lurking from this whole move down. I just don't, you know, I think there's better setups right now. I don't think you have to pay attention to this guy. I really don't. All right. But if you do want to pay attention to this guy, you're watching that uptrend. That's where you want to be buying. You're waiting to sell. You're waiting for this. Okay. That's what you'd be waiting for right there. All right. And where would you be targeting? Right down here in this golden pocket, 241. Okay. So right here, 241 is where you broke out from the high of this candlestick right here. That is exactly where you will be targeting if you break down from this trend line. All right. This uptrend. That's pretty much it over here on IWM. You look for sellers right here. You get above here. We're going back up to the high. That is a move you could play. That's a move that you could, in my opinion, safely play, we'll say. You can obviously play whatever you want, but safely play right there. There's a $4 move, almost 2%. That's what I'm saying, all right? But you really don't have a reason to play this right here. 206 up to 208. That's $2. Just chill. Just chill for a minute, buddy. $2. I know you might be missing out on something, but guess what? This is the larger move, and if you get above here at 208, you know you're very likely going to take out this high, and from there you're so close to this one that you're probably just going to come straight there. And honestly, you have this inverse head and shoulders pattern here on the daily time frame. This pullback was just creating that, and I honestly do hope you get this, because if you do pull back, it's going to look a lot better. Okay, and then you go up here from this point. Maybe you go up there. All right, that's what we're watching over here on IWM. All right, DAA, guys, you guys see what I see. Okay, you guys see it. The plan, okay, the plan from this big fat red bar was to make your way down here. I don't know if you're going to be making your way down to the golden pocket. I have absolutely no idea. I don't. But if I had to take a guess, down here is where it's searching for. But it doesn't have to get there, guys. It really doesn't. All right. wherever it does turn around, whether it be right here, right down here, you know, the levels don't change too much. We're going to say you're looking for sellers from 395.50 up to 398. That's what I'm paying attention to. Okay. Not a lot of people trade the Dow, so, you know, I don't cover it that often. All right. Now let's get into these darn stankin' trade ideas. All right. Because honestly, I think these things are pretty darn juicy. I do. All right. So the first one we are going to be covering is D King. All right. I'm going to point out some patterns here. All right. First things first, head and shoulders formation. We were aware of that. I honestly didn't think it was going to have this much of a drop. I'm kind of glad it had this much of a drop. I didn't like the action earlier where it was just kind of sinking on me. Okay. But you did start finding buyers around the 0.786 fib, which is something I actually do like. All right. Like, you know, you guys see what I see. You also have the bullish divergence here on the 15-minute chart. All right. Or the 15-minute RSI. You also do have an hourly bullish divergence going on here. But what I do want to point out here is if you put on extended hours, you're going to come down here. You're going to put a horizontal line there. All right. This is the lowest it's been in years. Okay, ever actually. This lowest has been ever. So this is what I was seeing this morning. I was like, holy, you know, this thing is kind of, whoever sold did not take your shot here. Around here was kind of the perfect spot there. And I'm just going to say, all right, I started my swing today. I want to see how this hammer, or, well, I thought it would turn into a hammer off of this. That's, you know, kind of how I was looking at it over here. I think it was in charts. Yeah, right there. All right, so, boom, boom, boom. Okay. So let's see how this shapes up today. Is right where I would want it, but it didn't like how it kept knifing early. Close out with a hammer. I may take the rest of my swing. All right. Well, I got busy. All right. Regardless, tomorrow's another day. You have extremely heavy volume here. I don't think it was straight sell volume. So let's just look at the volume. All right. We're going to take that off. From here to here, you have that sell volume. Then you also have it ticking back up. All right. Large buyer right here. I understand it's sold. You know, it very well could have been sold by the same person who bought it. So there's that. Heavy volume, guys, typically leads to tops or bottoms. You see what I see? I marked a top. Okay. This did not mark a top. I mean, you know, you did pull back from there, but regardless, you also bounced. You know, we're not going to talk about that one. Okay. All right. You want to see these volume confirming candlesticks. That is what I like to see. This, you have a lower wick off of the 0.786 fib. That's exactly what I like to see. You also do have this, okay? Since the bear market, all right, there's a lot of time here. 507 days. 500 days, we're going to say that. You have a 1, you have a 2, you have a 3, you have a 4, you have a 5 bounces off of this 37 level on the RSI. Today, you sliced down through that, and you finally revisited oversold territory. I think it's very likely that you do see a bounce from right here and you just follow that. Okay. Or you say, screw it. Nope. We're going to sink it. All right. And you come down here and that is your next potential play right there over here on Mr. D King. All right. If you just take the top, the neckline, take that, bringing you down under that level. All right. That would be something that does not look good. But what would that also form? Well, you have that, all right? Well, what happens when you do that? Okay? Follow the white. You guys see what I see? Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Neckline. Okay? You break under there, things actually can get ugly, but that's why I say you look for the bounce down there. Okay? You also look for the bounce right here. So it's going to follow one of these 3 paths. I'm liking it. I think this is, you know, this was a dip. This was a dip buy opportunity, I should say. It was definitely a dip. Definitely a dip. All right. Coin. Coin is looking absolutely phenomenal. You see that increasing volume right there. Buyers continue to prevail. They are literally just slightly pushing it higher. Okay. All right. Last week, they slightly pushed it higher. They started this move. Right now, they're just continuing that move. I'm not even going to say slightly. $7 this week. First trading session. Yeah. Now, this thing might fly, guys. It might fly. I will not deny this thing looks sexy. Okay. It looks sexy. And I do think it wants 264.30. It's so freaking blunt and clear on that. 264.30 is my short-term target. That's what I'm looking for. was kind of hoping you pulled back. I was kind of hoping you followed that because I want to take the rest of my coin swing for the June expiration. But, you know, sometimes things just don't happen. Maybe I'll play it, you know, with shorter term calls. I want to go heavy on this one. I'm going to be completely honest. I was so ready for this. I played it down here. I was really freaking ready to, you know, go very heavy on this. Which I don't like saying very heavy. But yeah, I want to throw 1 to 2K on this bad boy. I really did. Why? Because I was, you know, 264.30. That's why. Yeah, that is why. But, you know, you had Bitcoin looking like this, and I don't like it. All right? I didn't like how it looked this morning, so I just decided not to do it. It's okay. We got one of them going. That's okay. From here, guys, all right, you're looking for a move back up to the highs. It's either going to be here or here. Okay, I was just kind of thinking with how I was looking that you were going to sink down here. I was going to get a way better opportunity. So that's that. You did not get that opportunity. And I'm just going to point out coin strength. Guys, what the heck is this? You see Mara, all right? You see CLSK. And then you got the beast, all right? The beast wants to run. It really does want to run. So that's that. All right, next one we're going to talk about is CELH. Next trade idea. You see what I see? You have a shoulder, you have a head, you have a right shoulder. Inverse head and shoulders pattern. Up here, this zone right here, that's going to be your neckline. Anywhere from 93.73 all the way up to 99.62. Why do I have 2 of these gray levels up there? I just noticed. All right, I'm actually going to take that off. All right, let's just keep a clean chart. Clean chart for us. Right here, guys, golden pocket test as well as this break and retest. I actually really like this setup. All right. I'm not saying it doesn't continue lower. I'm not. But I am going to say it's probably going to find buyers, at least for like a dead cat bounce here and here. And you're then going to do that. Let's look at how I see things. How I see things is you made a low today. All right. If you're going to, you know, get that dead cat bounce, you're going to find sellers right here around 90 bucks. All right. 90.50 to be exact. You get those sellers step in there and you take out this low, you look for that. All right. And that's your next opportunity. And from that point of this potentially right here, and that's your neckline for the double top. And it could do that. Or you could do what I think is going to be likely in your range. All right. Or you bust up through here. Okay. That's, I'm going to be honest. These are my scenarios from here. You got that one and then you got that one. I think you're likely going to take out that high. You got so close to that previous high that, yeah, this thing's probably going to bust it up. All right. So I think that, honestly, it's an opportunity of knocking. CLSK, though, break and retest. I'm still going to point this one out. I made this arrow when we had this candlestick right here. All right. The shooting star. You pulled back. All right. Now you're getting a bounce. Like I said on Bitcoin, you need it to go. Right here. You need it to hold here and then push up. And CLSK is going to go. You're going to see Mara go. You might see Mr. Ride over here go. You just might. You know what's definitely going to go? Coin. Coin. It's looking sexy, guys. There's nothing else to say other than that. All right. Tessie. The Tessie. All right. The Tessie. This is my baby. Honestly, guys, break and retest. I know I've kind of, you know, pounded the table on this one recently. I'm going to keep doing so. I think this thing is getting up. It's getting ready for that next leg. And I think it just might happen really freaking quick. I understand that's 12 freaking %. This is a $20 move. We've seen it do some crazy things before. Okay. I think it's queuing up for some crazy things. All right. So let's pay attention to it. Right shoulder. That's really it. All right. The last one I'm going to leave you guys off with is going to be over here on AMD. I'm not saying this is like, you know, you go after this one right now. I'm saying you might want to wait for this one. But I'll definitely say it's here. Inverse head and shoulders breakout. Okay. Downtrend breakout. Horizontal break and retest. As well as the inverse head and shoulders retest right there. As well as the golden pocket. Like, you know, 3 points of support there. I pointed out in the weekly update. I really like this. You are finding sellers in the golden pocket. You get above 178, we're going to call it. It's a straight shot up here. That is a $16 move that you can play. Which it's probably actually going to go like that. Probably go like that. If I had to take a guess at that one. Okay. Guys, I will have a short video out over the coming week on how to use this golden pocket. All right. The golden pocket is a very easy tool, very simple. Okay. So stay tuned for that one. If you guys want to add it to your tool chest, you don't understand how I do this magic here. All right. This, you know, this wizardry over here with the golden pocket. If you don't understand it, you're going to understand this week. Okay. I will make a video on it. I promise. All right, guys. So that is pretty much it. That is all I have for you today. We have an exciting week queuing up. I told you we have a lot of A+ setups that we can be paying attention to this week. You already saw coins start going today. All right. We got a few more setups loading today. I'm actually also going to point out JD, hammer candlestick. All right. This volume is kind of just declining / staying flat. I like that, but I also kind of just want to see it down here. If you see it down here, I'm going to put an alert. I'm going to probably play this. All right. You got that over there. And you got Baba. You see where that alert is? I really hope it gets hit. So that's I guess this is the last one I'm going to be leaving you off with, okay? So that's it. All right. I was actually told BA is setting up. How is BA doing? All right. BA did end up coming down to its golden pocket. Okay. This is where you want it. You want it right down here. Okay. Right there in the golden pocket. You don't want to see it. You don't want to see it break here because it's going to take out this low. All right. And if it takes out the low, you're doing some worse things over here. Okay. You're coming down here. 152. That's pretty much it, guys. With that being said, Amazon is also something loaded right there. All right. Amazon right on the trend line, guys. Fallen wedge pattern right there. I actually also want to I want to watch this in the short term as well. So there's that. And there's also Meta. I told you guys, we have so many freaking setups to be paying attention to. Let's go. I'm serious, guys. This market got me hyped. All right. Market got me hyped. I am definitely a little tired right now, but I will definitely tell you, the market's heating up, guys. It's heating up. You get SPY and QQQ doing what I described earlier. You get this thing breaking out to the upside. You're probably going to see Meta go. You're probably going to see Amazon go. How's Mr. Apple looking? All right. You're probably going to see Mr. Apple go. All right. These things ain't looking bad. Microsoft. It's consolidating again in that range. All right. This doesn't look bad at all, ladies and gents. You pull back here. Worst case scenario, you pull back. You buy that thing. All right. Because that thing's a dirty boy. All right. And the dirty boy wants to run. And honestly, guys, I see something else. Like, it doesn't get better than this. It really doesn't. We have so much bull structure going on across the board. And if you're bearish right now, I don't know what to tell you. You could be bearish all you want, but you know, I'm giving you all the hints you really need right now in these charts to make some very clear decisions. Okay? Do with this info what you will. I hope you enjoyed the video. And with that being said, I'll catch you all in the next one. Everybody have a lovely rest of your day and peace.